Since we get to interview in English, and you are putting yourself, what you are doing now is volunteer yourself to be the leader of this country. So, in terms of global perspective, how do you see the potential of Thailand?
Like right now, I put myself as a candidate, going to, not official yet, okay, but potential. So I seriously believe in my team, in my party. The policies that they're doing right now is possible. They used to be a Rathaban before. They used to serve the country before. And you can look at the GDP, I saying the numbers because it's reliable. So we made the country a lot better than this before. And we hope that there's not going to be any Rathapahan again. And so we can... What is he doing?
You had a chance to.
Are they going to do that again? I think they just these two guys they just point to each other like this one do รัฐประหาร right? You remember?
Yeah.
ใช่ป่ะคุณประวิตร said that คุณประยุทธ์ดูรัฐประหาร not me something like that. So that's still a game for them. Yes, but I wish that if เพื่อไทย can be รัฐบาล and we can make people like back to have a better life again. All the policy that we just plan to fix their basic needs first and then just make the country a better place as a whole with the เศรษฐกิจ and everything later.
How?
Oh, a lot of plans. You have to look at our policy. You want me to go into the details?
No, just a tiny
little bit, right?
A tiny bit. Your favorite part that when you become a prime minister.
First 6 months.
Yeah.
First 6 months, we need to reduce the spending first. Like ค่าน้ำค่าไฟทุกอย่าง actually it can reduce first.
Subsidize.
Actually, they can do it right now, but I don't get it. Why can't they just do it right now? Because people จนหมดแล้ว You have to do it right now, like right at this moment. Just do it. You don't have to wait for the election. นายก can do it right now. Yes, because they need to ลดค่าใช้จ่าย it's too much. And then of course you need to digitize like everything to make it easier for the people. Not that when the digital comes like people are not gonna have a job. No, they're gonna have a better job with a better pay. It's going that way. It's going up. There's no way for Thailand to go down anymore. It's like only way is up. Like you have to stop all the dramas about politics. It's about the people. It's about the country. So that's why we plan to help all the เกษตรกร first. The price we want to open the market into like outside of Thailand. We need to help them. Government needs to help them. Not just like we change the government, we change the prime minister, and then put like one application and everybody gonna get rich. No, they need support from government. Right now they don't.
Aim hour is
an hour
English,
with aim.
An hour with aim, and it's English interview, and I want to have a part where we discuss Thailand in a global stage.
Okay.
Well, I want to put it this way. First of all, if you can pick someone to come and work for Thailand, anyone in the world, who would it be?
But that's a hypothetical question that doesn't really make any sense.
But it's leading to another question.
I thought you were talking about like foreign policy of how we put Thailand back to the global arena or things like that. We only have like 10 minutes, man. We gotta make sure
the problem is
we hit the nails, bro. We gotta hit the nails.
The problem is the minutes.
On the head.
It's not a question.
I mean, it's something we talk over beer, but I thought I want to use this time. I have my agenda. I want to use this time.
Okay, I will finish the question. Okay, the first question would be how to put Thailand in a global map. And the second question, when I asked you to pick someone, is that how to attract talented to the country.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was getting to.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I'm a stubborn guy just like you, so I think like two of us think alike. For foreign policy, it really is important to Thailand at the moment. The current state of Thai foreign affairs which they proudly accepted themselves as bamboo diplomacy, which means it's a quiet diplomacy. I don't want to talk. I don't want to take actions, and it really shows. They do walk the talk when they vote on United Nations. They put abstain on a lot of issues. But if I were to be in power and the kind of change that we do, if you don't speak, you don't exist. You can't be spineless when it comes to things. You have to have the right values and speak. And the good example of doing that, you might feel like, you could talk about that, but Lee Hsien Loong of Singapore, for example, he criticizes America. He criticizes China. He's playing poker and not chess. He's calling bluffs out. You're bluffing, but, you have your guardrails meeting at the back and you have a strategic, managed competition between the two, and I don't want to be the pawns in your chess game where you move me to be aligned more towards the Chinese or towards the Americans. But we gotta stick together with a mid-sized power and say that we are in a poker game, not a chess game. Second thing is it's an a la carte and not a buffet. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong will come out and criticize America if it's wrong. He would also criticize China if it's wrong, but it's foreign policy is domestic policy because he has the legitimacy domestically, whether you agree with it or not, but he is, for his country, then you can speak on behalf. But if you come from military coup yourself and you want to talk about human rights, I mean, there's no credibility in that, right? So that's the kind of thing that we need to step up, know what we want, walk the talk and pick and strategically pick what's good for both the countries, and rather than buffet where we just stop talking about one side of the power and we want to be stuck here. That's wrong.
And that's a good answer leading to the next topic, climate change.
Yes.
We have seen so many of your speech discussing this topic. Is it something that you have been always interested in, or is it because your duty mainly?
I must say, when I first started in 2019, on the 10th of July 2019, I did have some ideas about what's going on with Mother Nature and all that, but I didn't have the in-depth appreciation. I use the word appreciation because having a knowledge about it and appreciate the situation that you're in are two different things. And the more I work, the more I see, the more I realize that what I have been, or not just I, but the entire country or mankind have been experiencing in the past decades is a direct repercussion effect of what we did to ourselves. And it makes me really worried about how we are going to proceed forward. Because if it continues to operate and do things the way we did, that we've been doing for centuries, I don't think mankind is going to last into the next century, not until year 2100. And that is why I have been pushing very, very hard in all aspects in our ministries. Especially we have the ONEP, the Office of the National Natural Resource and Environmental Planning, as well as the Thailand Greenhouse Gas Management Organization. I've been pushing them very, very hard over the past 2 or 3 years actually, to work under the Paris Agreement and to make sure that Thailand, make ourselves known on the map of the world, that we are one of the world leader when it comes to addressing the issue of climate change. I mean, last year I went to sign a contract with my counterpart in Switzerland, with the Minister of Environment in Switzerland, to exchange carbon credit, and in return we would get the funding for changing the buses in Bangkok from diesel engines into the fully EV. Now this is the kind of thing that I've been pushing very hard to make sure that it happens, because 10 years from now, situations, floods and drought is going to be much, much worse than today. And if you don't do something about it today, we are leaving all the bad stuff to our newer generations. That's not fair.
I want to ask you about Thailand on a global context. One of the reasons that we are conducting this interview in English is that we want to put Thailand in a global map. I think we agree that Thailand deserves better. How do you see Thailand on a global stage?
Thailand has been in the global stage a long time ago. geographically, we are having the best location on the map. In the ASEAN region, we are the only country that can connect the member states to every country. In the past, we try to say that if it goes for financial or economic aspects, let our neighbor do. Singapore, Malaysia. Thailand should focus more on agriculture. But in today's world, it's different. Today every country can be everything. If you don't live in that country, if you can't do it in the country, you go invest in another country. But some country might not be able to provide some aspects, but Thailand can provide everything. All you need to do is sustainable plan. We used to have Eastern Seaboard that made our country to be called industrialized country. Now it seems to be overwhelming. Lots of investments have already been there. Many have been outdated. So Thailand has improved it by introducing the EEC concept into that region, into the Eastern Seaboard region. But that's not enough. Thailand still lacks effective logistics. Now we're talking about land bridge that will connect the Andaman Sea and the Gulf of Thailand, which will allow cargoes, merchandises from either part of the world, west or east, pass through Thailand, which it could save approximately a week of shipment schedule. In the past, people might have felt that this would probably jeopardize the relationship with our neighbors. But nowadays, we should call ourselves, we have to strengthen our region. If we keep competing with each other, then our strength will be less and less comparing to the other part of the world. Today is days for ASEAN. There are conflicts everywhere in the other parts of the world. Conflicts among superpowers, conflicts in the Western Hemisphere, conflict in Europe, war in the Middle East still there. ASEAN is the only place that has been sustainable. We should unite ourselves together, trying to exploit all the resources of each country and make our region powerful in dealing with other superpowers. Nowadays, you don't have to carry gun to fight with them, but you use economy to sustain ourselves. So we have to call each other partner rather than rival. If you want something that Thailand can deliver, if you are in the logistic business and it takes 4 to 5 days more on selling dates, why don't come join with Thailand developing the Southern land bridge, saving 4 days of shipment, and there will be a lot more opportunities for industry, for trade, for import, export. This concept will likely happen because the situation will definitely call for Thailand and its partners in the region will have to sit together and desire to become the economy of the world.
We are having this conversation in English partly because so we can discuss about Thailand on a global stage.
Right.
You have been studying abroad. You have been the world finance minister sort of, and can you visualize potentially what can Thailand be on a global stage?
Yes. During my time in government, Thailand had an outsized role on the global stage, not because we were doing anything that was particularly great, but it was because we were representing ASEAN. And I think that's an important point to remember. That is, in reality, we're a relatively small country. We're very fortunate in that we are a country that is much loved by everybody. We cannot overstate that importance. The fact is, we are friendly with every country. Even now, with the growing conflict between the superpowers, our relationship with all the big powers, all the medium-sized powers, middle powers, is a very positive one. So we need to use that to our advantage. Obviously, there are economic advantages to that already being felt in terms of the ability to attract investments from both political spectrums. Tourism, our position is a good one, but our ability to make the most of it, I think, is dependent on a strong ASEAN. I think our ability to negotiate issues that are important to us economically, for example, with the big international platforms, in the same way that the EU has managed to the benefits of its member countries, we can't do it as a standalone country. Even Indonesia, which is a significant global power, cannot do it by themselves. But combined, I think we can do a lot more. Unfortunately, over the past 10 years or so, I think ASEAN has sort of lost its way, and it's not anybody's fault, but I think it just so happens that during this period, there hasn't been an obvious ASEAN national leader who has had an ASEAN vision in the same way that previous leaders have had. So basically less impetus, less focus on developing ASEAN strategies than could have been the case. But I think we need to revisit that and to see how we can make ASEAN a vehicle for us in our role in the global stage.
โหวตเพื่อไทยปะล่ะ
โปรดก้าวไกลปะล่ะ
โหวตภูมิใจไทยปะละ
ติดตามการเลือกตั้งกับพวกเราสำนักข่าว Today โหวตปะล่ะ